Listening to Modern Male Radio with Jerod Zavistoski, right here on LA Talk Radio.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Jerod Zavistoski, and you're listening and watching Modern Male Radio. This is all the stuff your mama should have told you and the stuff your daddy never knew. And joining me tonight, as always, my co-host, Sarah Chapman.
Where? Hi.
Yeah, she's back.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Her hair color changes weekly. I know it's kind of hard to recognize her.
Why do you want to have a one-trick pony on this show? This show is a variety hour. Or
fair
45
enough.
minutes.
Fair enough.
Tonight we have a very special guest and a half. Well, actually, yeah. Let's bring these two together in their union. Playboy model Cody Cameron and her lovely little dog Cheeto.
Yeah, Cheeto's super excited to be here.
Cheeto
He's just
makes
running around the room.
Cheeto makes little poops like Cheetos. That's why Cheeto's named Cheeto.
Yep, little chocolate Cheetos.
Adorable.
Is that the story behind the name?
Yes, she got her name. I was going through a bunch of different names and I couldn't figure it out, and she pooped and it looked like chocolate Cheetos. And I was like, Cheeto! And she perked her ears up and I was like, well, that's it.
There it is.
That's it. Okay. Wow. Okay. That's way less endearing than I would have thought.
I think it's adorable.
Yeah. My cat used to, never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there with this. So awesome. You've got, it's funny because we just, you and Sarah have kind of known each other for a minute.
So random how we met and then met again.
Yeah.
Because Instagram just sort of bridges the gaps of like not knowing people, and then you see them out at a bar and you're like, wow, you're really pretty. And then it's like, now you're here. And that happened last night.
Yeah. You guys were having lots of fun last night. That was interesting.
We had a lot of fun. It was a birthday party, and we went to this party.
Happy birthday to Stephen Fowler.
Hi, Stephen Fowler. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
again.
dude. Yeah, so it was funny. We were talking backstage, and it's crazy because sometimes you get these last-minute guests. We had a whole bunch of cancellations this week. It was crazy. We had all these awesome guests set up, and then we like replaced them with other people and it just kept happening, and finally we're like, okay, but we got to meet you.
So you're stuck with me.
But
Can't shake her.
Turns out that you were actually a dating guru, so dating coach and Playboy model, which is
it's a perfect
super
fit
interesting
for what we need you for right now.
Yep, you guys really lucked out.
We've been lacking on the quality a couple shows here and there. So.
And sometimes the best shows happen like that. There'll be weeks where an entire show of people will drop out like literally the day before, and I'll have to replace an entire show. And the guests that come on are like awesome. They're like so much better. So yeah, and that's kind of a thing with LA, people and time and kind of flaking and stuff.
It is.
If I were trying to like make it in LA as like an actress or whatever, and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, you should come on this radio show," like I would be like, "Yes," and let me clear my schedule to do that.
Yes.
But I don't know what's
give
going on
up that
people.
one shady porn gig or audition that you're just really not sure what you're going in for to be on this.
Yeah.
Way better. Way more fun.
Instead, girls are like, how much does it pay?
Exactly.
Will you Uber me there?
I've gotten that a few times.
No, if I can do this without being compensated.
Can I
for my
be?
time.
Is there gonna be drugs there?
I've
Yes.
I think that one time that happened. One time, a guest asked if there was going to be drugs here.
And you're like, okay, so?
Well, it's crazy when we had Ralph Sutton on the show, and because his thing is called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, and I was like, I seriously considered it. I was like, should we like, do you need drugs to be on the show?
Are we referencing the anal power drop episode right now?
Yes, anal power drop.
I
episode.
promoted that so thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
Every show after where I'm like, sorry, mom.
Yeah.
I watched it. That was the one episode she told me to watch.
I did promote that show, yes.
Wait, why would you tell her to watch that one?
I told her just don't do these things. Just come on the show, but don't do any of that stuff.
That was easily the most off-brand show that we've ever done.
You know, it was a little odd.
My mom even pulled me aside after that. She's like, Jerod, get over here. I'm like, what? She's like, don't you ever do that again.
Might want to find your gag reflex
Mom.
on your own time.
It was aggressive. It was a little aggressive.
It was an aggressive show.
It's a learning curve, though. That's why we have some particular guests on the show, I think, Yeah,
but the thing is, this is one very, very specific brand, and we do
Yes.
one thing very, very specifically on the show. But, it's not like we couldn't have a complete show on just, the massive shit show that is LA.
This is true.
So we're actually endeavoring to do that. We're going to bring you guys an entirely different show that's going to be... Endeavoring.
That's a good word.
But is endeavoring a word, or is it just
sounds-
to endeavor?
Sometimes we don't have real words on this show, but we just make them into real words.
We make them up like conversate.
Rear wheel
That was what I was
drive.
thinking. Girls use that in a sentence, like in sentences all the time. But
I like to
seriously.
conversate, and it's funny because it makes you stupid.
Irregardless, I like to conversate about, and then whatever it was, that was another non-word.
I never like when someone says irregardless, like I don't even pick up on the fact that that's like improper English. I would never say it. I would just say regardless.
Right.
But irregardless, like I never.
I just learned something new. I didn't know that wasn't a thing.
You didn't know?
No.
It's like
I
nails on a
didn't really
chalkboard
either.
for me.
Wow.
So tell us about you.
Yes.
And
Cody, take the floor.
Well, as far as dating goes, I used to host this thing called The Attraction Secret. And it was basically dating advice brought to you by a Playboy model. Because let's think about, like, the type of girl you want to date is probably not a Playboy model, but in your head, like, that.
Wait. If you're a guy, you absolutely want to date a Playboy model.
yeah.
Until you date one, and then you're like, they're crazy.
Truth,
But unbeknownst to the men out there. Yeah, you're like, oh, like, that's, a Marilyn Monroe or Jenny McCarthy. Like, those are, like, top girls right there. So
I even had some playing cards with Jenny McCarthy on them when I was a kid.
love her.
They brought me into puberty. That was like the first naked woman that I'd ever seen. That was the
Jenny
first pair of
McCarthy?
tatas.
she's incredible. She's just, like, all around. Like, she's hilarious. She's smart.
She's definitely one of the like total packages that sticks
Yeah.
out in my mind. And whenever anyone asks me, like, who do you pull from? Who's like one of your idols? I'm like, Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah,
Easily.
100%.
For sure.
But yeah, so it was, me just giving advice. We had a lot of guests on the shows, like dating people that, dating advice stuff. I don't know.
So what is the secret to attraction? What is the attraction secret?
We really pushed confidence a lot.
Number one most attractive quality to women.
Yeah. And just, it was really interesting to see, what people thought, like, realistically, and then like what was true, or kind of ideas that people had in their head that just weren't, like, oh, like, I'm ugly so I can't get a girl. And it's like, what? Like, first of all, what does ugly mean to you? Like, and if there's just a few things you could tweak to really make somebody like feel better about themselves, like.
So basically you did this show. Yeah, it's like the exact same show.
I guess so. Yeah, pretty much. Just a different host.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, and that's still out there. Like, it's like people can sign up to that membership site.
Yeah.
Do you still make money off that?
I do not, but my bosses do. So there's that.
Well, then
It looks good on a resume, though.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So cool. And what were the other? So let's break that down. So
Wait,
what was?
well, let's go right back to that, because that says a lot about you as a person. Because it's like, okay, there are things that are up that you're not making money off of, but you're still okay with that because it's for a good cause and whatever.
Honestly,
and you want to help people.
A lot of like the dating advice out there is like skeezy, like pickup artist style, where it's like, we just want to make money off of you. Like, come live in our house, or we're gonna take you to clubs, and we're gonna teach you how to like pick up girls.
Yep.
Like this was so rewarding. We would bring people in and kind of give them a makeover. And yeah, again, if there's just a few quick tips, like being more confident and stuff, that you're making more eye contact, or being aware of your body language, like really small tips, and to see people really like blossom so quickly was really rewarding.
It's great.
It's fun, right? Because I do that. I'm a dating coach, and I help guys, especially like guys that are in a relationship already, and they lost the girl for some reason, and that's when they call me in, and I'm like, boom, let me teach you how to win the love of your life back.
And it's like building yourself, and that's what attracts people, like working on yourself, as opposed to, people think that it's like, what do I have to do to impress her? Like, no, it's not really about her. Like, it's about you.
And that's the difference between pickup artistry and kind of the stuff that you're talking about, stuff that we do here. Is that pickup artistry is it basically you start to practice like you're acting
like
you're
manipulation.
You're pretending to be and exhibit the qualities of an alpha male or a high value male in order to kind of like bamboozle the woman's psyche into thinking that you're that guy.
Yeah.
You can say all the right lines and act all the right ways, but like that, there's no sustainability in that if you're not that as a person.
Yeah,
you're
totally.
just going through the motions.
And confidence comes
work.
through experience. And I mean, you can lose your confidence even like after you have it. You go through a traumatic experience, or you don't date a lot. You start to, you get some ring rust. It's like
some ring rust.
Yeah.
That's a good word. I don't even know what that word is, but cool.
And it's cool to build confidence. Little things like, if you just have some tricks in your bag, but not like the pickup artist, like manipulative ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, one of the biggest things is like guys like, oh, I tell a girl she's beautiful, and she's like, yeah, whatever, I hear it all the time. Like, all right, well, you don't tell like a 10. Like, you don't compliment a 10 by saying she's hot. You want to find something else, like maybe she's smart or funny, and that's what you would compliment. But a girl that's like maybe more of like a 7 or an 8, you definitely want to tell her she's hot because she doesn't hear it as much.
Something that's
unique.
And
then, at least then, guys can kind of like reference when they get nervous. They can kind of reference some stuff that they've like learned.
Yeah, but guys, I mean, I've come to find that there's a sliding scale because guys that think, they're like, oh, total 10. I'm like, like, no, that's not even the case at all. There is that sliding scale, and I found that one of the greatest things that you can do is just not hit on them. You don't walk up and say, hey, you're really beautiful. I think you're really like say those compliments through the course of conversation, but just don't hit on her whatsoever. Don't sit there and don't walk up, present yourself and be like, because for a guy, he's like, oh, woman, I want to take woman home. I want, it's very caveman-y.
Yeah.
And for girls, she's just like, she's there and she's in the present moment. She's got tons of stuff going on around her. And she's kind of looking for like a respite from that a lot of times in like bars and nightclubs. So you have a conversation, you start to kind of, and slowly but surely you bring up parts of your personality that are attractive. Yeah. And you kind of like lead her into it, but very non-intrusive.
And just treating like each other like humans,
Yes.
like not like on a pedestal or not like beneath you. Like we're just two humans hanging out,
It's like, oh my God, will you marry me? I'm here.
I would say underwhelming charm is what wins me over for anything, because if someone's going to come up and just instantly throw all these compliments at me, I'm just like, oh, okay. Here we go.
I don't like when a guy feels like on, I want to like get to know.
Where's the drum?
Yeah,
where's the drum set when I need one? Because
sometimes you can get on, and on is different for every other person, but you don't want to be like completely on in just a one-on-one engagement.
Right.
You kind of want to be on in like a social engagement, whatever. And that says a lot, because some guys, they go out there and they're just like 2 tons of energy and and that turns some women off. And you really have to gauge. But I mean, if that's
so shallow too. If you're just gonna say, oh, you're so hot or whatever, you just want to get the girl drunk, it's like that's not gonna do anything.
And I do love to get drunk, but
if it's a one-night stand situation, then maybe that kind of behavior is appropriate. But otherwise, if your long-term goal is to actually try to, date somebody.
Well, and there's definitely like a societal thing there, because women ordinarily focus more on how they look, and all they want to be complimented for is their development. But a lot of women don't actually practice that development.
Yes.
And then the same thing with, conversely with men, where a lot of men don't do a lot of exterior development, but they do a lot of interior development. And they're like, whoa, what?
It's like renovating a house.
Yeah, it's and it's sad because both parts matter.
Yes.
You should want to look as good on the outside as you are on the inside.
Yeah, and you hear both sexes complain about the opposite one, but really, I mean, there's a lot of work to do on both sides.
Yeah, no, there's a ton. So did you ever like personally coach anybody? Did you ever like, so you actually like, you spoke at events? Like, how were these events set up?
It was seminar style, so everything was online.
Okay.
And I did personal coaching through emails, which was really cool, because people would watch the seminar and then have questions, and they would kind of like, or I would try to, relate things back to like, oh, watch this seminar because this is what you really need to focus on or whatever. But it was really awesome to get good feedback or bad feedback. Just
feedback is so important. We talk about feedback
people.
A lot.
Yeah, from, one-on-one stories is where you really learn, like, how different everyone is, and then, like, again, just, I don't know.
Well, that's feedback is one of the things that I talk about in the book. I think that's, I forget if it's the first chapter or second chapter. But I mean, I literally start the book off with that. You need to go out. You need to be interacting with women, and you also need to get feedback, because guys will go out, they'll tank, and they'll be like, "Well, fuck that.
There's no way to learn without having that other person tell you what you did wrong or what didn't work.
And the trick is learning how to communicate in a way that you can negotiate an honest answer.
Yes.
Because that's super, super important when you go out, and even just because you want feedback doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Truth, unless you go out with a person whose face can't lie, and then you're just screwed.
But guys,
you have one of those faces.
I do. I have one of those faces. Yeah. It's a little bit unfortunate at times, but
guys are so oblivious to that. We don't pick up on face.
Right.
Women are like, oh my God, like look at her, like she's having the worst. But women are so subtle that men are just like, literally, we're not even cognizant of that.
I really love it at the end of like a date or a hangout sesh when
hangout
someone
sesh, I love this.
when someone, look, I get the feedback that I'm cold a lot. Like people like I'm just not getting. I
get
can't
that
read
too.
you. You're cold, and I'm like, okay, like check. That's now in my head,
Yeah.
and that's something that I can not necessarily work on, because maybe I like being cold, but that's something that I can like add to my repertoire of like knowing something about myself.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, do you even want an internal space heater at that point, or do you just kind of want to keep it chill?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just.
I'm not cold. I'm just chill.
And that's where the self-development side of this comes in. And it's like, it's so cool that, you know, your interaction with the opposite sex could make you a better, more aware human being, you know, a more cognizant person. And that aspect of it is what appealed to me, because I always wanted girls that were like way out of my league. And I would.
League.
Well, I mean, at the time, you know, and yeah, it was just like, there's that girl and she's so over here and I'm so over here. But it was like, I wanted her so bad that I had to learn how to do all of this different stuff, and I had to like really pay attention to really glean
Running
answers.
his bases on this metaphorical field that he set up in his mind for this league that she's out of, or he's whatever.
Yes, exactly like that, Sarah.
I know, this is just, it ticks and it talks up in there. I don't even know. Sometimes it just does what it does, but I picture it like a baseball game.
Yeah, texting you is quite the interesting endeavor.
It's like the
well.
Labyrinth.
Yes.
We had some great texting going on earlier.
We gave good text all day long. This girl and I.
We just compliment each other a lot, so it's really nice. Like, wow, you're really funny. Like, you're
in
really
an
cool.
underwhelming, charming kind of way, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're pretty.
I only told her
I
she was
like
beautiful,
that.
like, 2 times, I think.
Wait.
Actually, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
That's cool. That's very.
But yeah, no. Last night I was a little bit wasted. I might have said some things that were a little bit inappropriate, so I'm sorry for that.
No, it's
we're
all
just
a
making up
blur.
for it right now.
Blur.
Yeah, we won't bring those things up right now.
No, definitely
on the air.
not.
But
I was
that was
taking
the quote of the
accountability.
century there.
That's pretty good. It's a pretty good one.
How we book girls on the show. So tell us about your acting. You have a song.
Yeah, well, speaking of confidence, I have a song out. It's called #BDS.
That's
and
perfect.
That stands for Big Dick Swagger.
Oh yes.
And it's really it's not about how big your dick is, but it's about like how much you swing it, like how big you swing it. Like, you know, does this guy like have enough swag to like hang out with me?
Right.
You know? Because it's like all these rap, it's like very Kesha style, so it's like very tongue in cheek and kind of there's like a little rap in it and stuff. So it's
We're gonna listen to this in a second here, but let's also bring up the fact that you ride a Harley.
Oh yeah, that
so
too. Yeah.
This is kind of rare for me. Like, I don't have any biker chick friends. Like, now I do.
Yeah.
This is rad.
And I can also take passengers. You could ride with me.
Which is
I have an extra helmet.
Freaking great.
Yeah.
I mean, is Cheeto gonna come too?
Yeah, and Cheeto, she's got a little pink pet pack and she's got doggles.
She has doggles. I saw the doggles. They're the cutest thing ever.
really-
I was
they're
like,
really cute.
what is even going on here right now?
It's quite a sight. Like, I live in Hollywood, so I'm always like on the boulevard, and so we've got like my big long hair, and then I have this ridiculous sparkly helmet with a unicorn on it, like a unicorn decal sticker.
This is from Code E #BDS.
Big dick swag. Swagger?
Oh, that's it.
So wait, it's is that it? Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
#BDS. Okay.
I was like, it's more than 2 seconds though. Cue that up.
Cool. So I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing here on the screen, because it opens with a
shoot.
rainbow and a unicorn that looks like it's doing something kind of illicit. So
Well, if you Google it, you can see it.
True.
here is #BDS by Cody.
Tonight I'll be serving you sex on a platter. Got work in the morning, but that don't matter. 'Cause I see you walking toward me, you're staring as daggers. The ladies all say he got that big dick swagger. Big dick swagger, that big dick swagger. So big you're walking with a trademark stagger. Big dick swagger, that big dick swagger. The ladies all say
This video is awesome, by the way.
Thank you. It was really fun to make.
you're funny and you're cute, but that doesn't explain why you're acting like you're on top of the food chain. The other boys wonder why you drive the girls insane. 'Cause you move like you're sitting on top of a freight train. Big dick swagger, that big dick swagger. So big you're walking with a trademark stagger. Big dick swagger, that big dick swagger. The ladies all say hey boys in the club, you got that BDS? 'Cause there's something gotta tell you that I need to confess. The only thing that you need to get under this dress is a D, so B, it's got its own address. I'm not all talk, I won't leave you just. Wanna see what you're working with once you're unzipped. When I get you in my bed and you're totally stripped, I'll show you why I have every boy in your whip.
Too super code.
What's your zipper code? What's your zipper code?
That was fun to record that part.
Yeah.
Dick swagger. So big you're walking with a trademark.
I actually had an ex who remixed that part, and it's just me like moaning over and over in the opening to the song. It's awesome.
Nice.
Big dick swagger. That big dick swagger. So big you're walking with a trademark stacker. Big dick swagger. That big dick.
That's pretty much it. It just repeats that a lot.
So obviously people compare you to Kesha. Are you cool with that?
Oh yeah, I love Kesha.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
But
Very
I'm like,
Kesha-esque.
whoa, this
Yeah.
is like way better than Kesha.
No, but that video was awesome.
Way
If you
better.
guys are online right now,
I'm gonna have to
definitely
see it.
Go watch that.
haven't
She's
seen
got
it.
like just it was very funny.
Is there any twerking going on?
There
But
is.
there was lots of like walking with their like an arm between the legs. Like I feel like
Big
I feel like
swagger.
there could be like a new song or like a new dance move thing. You know, with like the jerky nay nay or
So
whatever.
the BDS.
Yeah. You could just walk up into a club and like swing your dick between your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
That's what
that.
we were
I'm
going
gonna watch
for.
it.
Could be a whole
Enjoy
new
it.
thing.
That's what we're going for.
Very interesting. Lots of colors. It was a very, very vivid video.
Yeah, it was super fun to make.
It's awesome. So that's cool because like we never used to do music on the show ever, but then we start like.
Then we started having some
Now
really
we're doing it.
talented guests.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dying.
He swallowed a fly
Yeah.
or something.
Oh my gosh. No, the other day I was I forget I was walking or something and a mosquito came up and it caught like right underneath my nose and I was
Oof.
breathing really hard and it was like and I just
Oh.
like I snorted a mosquito.
Is that protein? Is that part of the
I
new
think
diet?
that classifies.
It might.
So,
So-
this video too, it's so funny because I've actually like booked roles off of this music video. Like it's up
Okay.
on my website. Like people can watch it like as my reel basically.
Yeah, that's
and then
great.
They're like, oh, this girl's great. Like we're gonna hire her to do whatever.
Yeah, and that's a big thing with acting. Like, there's a lot of actors out there, and they're like kind of like working on these little reels and stuff. And it's just it's like there's so much opportunity to get noticed on
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
and to make funny stuff that it's like, I mean, there's like why not? You know,
even
like-
even out of context, like we were talking backstage about how you'd seen some stuff from our comedy pilot. And It's like 15 seconds of what did I just watch? But like you'll get a glimpse into somebody's talents
Yeah.
either way. So it's really really good to like produce your own stuff or have something up there to show that
Totally.
might not necessarily be the full thing, full capability.
So how's acting coming together for you?
It's good. I have a couple movies and TV shows coming out next year.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, I did
Nice.
The Neon Demon, which is directed by Nicholas Refn. So he directed Drive.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Yeah, I actually have this really yeah, that's the one. I have a really hot scene with Jenna Malone.
Love
Nice.
her.
Yeah, so make sure you go see that in theaters
Uh-oh.
next coming 2016.
Yes,
Nice,
yes.
nice.
And then, man, I'm always like, I've kind of been a little typecasted into. I'm always like the like tweaker hot girl that like wants revenge on
That's
her
great.
ex-boyfriend. I get a lot of that stuff, but a lot of like really sexual stuff because people see Playboy's on my resume, so that way everyone knows like I'm down with nudity. Like I'm just throw it at me, like I'm down.
DT.
You're a
TF,
free
down to
spirit,
film.
You're creative.
What's
Yeah.
up
Down
now?
to film,
So
exactly.
Down to
many,
film.
so many actresses are just so uptight and very
Yes.
like I'm one of those
Yes.
people like I say yes to everything. Like if you told me to get on the table, like if a director told me to get on the table or casting audition, like get on the table.
I
take
did
a
say
dance.
some things like that last night to you,
Yeah.
and you're here now.
I would
so
be like, yes, absolutely. It's gonna help me get the role. Let me do it.
Unless it's like a casting couch situation, and he's like, get up on the
No,
table.
for the right part.
for the right part,
I mean,
there might be a little bit. You might compromise your morals a little bit.
It's a tough and competitive industry. You know, you gotta do whatever you.
So for
can.
those of you who have went out on auditions for those parts, that's why you didn't win.
Yep.
Hey.
It might be true.
Do what you got to do, I guess. Yeah.
Or tro.
But yeah, and I had this another movie coming out called Officer Down.
Okay.
And
I like the title already.
Yeah, it's based on a comic book, and I don't know if you guys watch Sons of Anarchy. The guy that played Tig, his name is Kim Coates. We have like a love scene, like a full on like sex scene that opens the movie.
Nice.
So that was
Nice.
pretty hot and heavy too.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Did you get to wear your biker gear?
I didn't. My wardrobe that day. So funny. I walk in and there's pasties, and then there's this one little piece that's like kind of looks like half a thong that's like flesh colored, where you
Like,
put it like literally
This must be mine.
just literally over your like holes kind of thing.
Wow.
And like because it's a sex scene, like they want like there's you can't wear underwear.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then they were actually the way they were shooting, and we were so close. And again, it's a movie; it's not a porno or anything. But they're like, actually, could you just take that off? So like Kim Coates is like between my legs. Like I'm just like, oh my god, this is crazy.
This is happening. This is
totally
happening.
naked.
This is
Just
happening.
Totally naked.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and Sean Crahan was the director. He's a drummer for Slipknot.
Okay.
He was,
Oh,
like,
cool.
Yeah, so he was like really fucking rad. Everyone was so cool. It was a great set to be on.
Right on.
Yeah, and Kim and I were like sitting next to each other in makeup, and he's talking about motorcycles and acting, and I was just like, this is my dream right here. Like
You're
this
like right
is-
there.
I'm living it. Today is awesome.
Yeah, it's too bad Sons of Anarchy is over, because that would have been
know.
a perfect show for you.
I know. Well, there's no girl bike riders in it, but
How did you get into biking?
I was dating a guy, and he was like, I'm gonna get a Harley, and I was like, cool. And I rode on the back a couple times. I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna get a Harley.
Yeah.
And
That's rad.
Yeah, I was so obsessed. I was like, oh, the couple that rides together stays together. And like we rode everywhere together, and we were like so cool. I have like a silver sparkly helmet. He had a gold one. Like we were super adorable. But yeah, we broke up, and now I got like I feel like in the divorce, you know, like I got my motorcycle kind of thing, and I was like, this is the best fucking breakup ever. Like
So yeah, I mean, one love lost and then another gained.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that sounds like it worked out for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's tough though.
Yeah.
Breaking up's so tough.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I catch so much flack from people. Like one of the first questions anyone asks me is, "Who are you dating? Are you single?" And if I say I'm single, they're like, "Why?" Or but it's like, what?
Yep,
So
that's
as
true.
opposed to what? Like, should I be married? I'm like, would that make you trust my ability to teach you how to like woo a girl better?
Should a divorce therapist never have a divorce under their belt? Or
Yeah.
is it
Like,
the exact opposite?
Does it teach you more about it to have been through so many experiences in that, or
I say yes.
one and only one? And there's so many like conditional factors, like especially people like coaches in the Midwest and stuff. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, like your dating pool's super small. Of course you stayed with that person.
Yeah.
Different conditions, different species in the Midwest.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Really though.
Yeah, I'm from Southern Illinois, and it is super conservative, Christian Bible Belt, Republican. Like you get, you find your true sweetheart in high school.
Definitely
and then
not LA
yeah,
over there.
You work a blue collar job, and you know exactly what's gonna, what promotion you're gonna get, and how much money you're gonna have, and you have a white picket fence, and you have a dog, and you have 3 kids, and like that's your life,
Wow,
And
yeah.
that's great for them, but that's not my style. So
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Have you always been that way? Like, did you always know that you were going to come out to LA? And
Yeah, it's so cliche, but I was always like that really artsy kid that was like, I don't belong here. Like, I don't understand, like that emo kid. That was me.
Well, now with the internet and stuff, I feel like anybody who's geographically in any of those cities that are lame, it's like they're immediately going to come out to LA, like,
Yeah.
or to the major cities. I shouldn't say just LA, but yeah, because I mean, before it was like, I've got to pack up and I've got to move, and I don't know anybody, and da-da-da. And now like you can kind of get connected with that world before
Right.
you even come out here.
I did it the first way though. I didn't know anybody. I just packed up my stuff and I drove out here on a whim, kind of. It's a kind of a long story.
not
but-
on your Harley though?
No, I didn't have a
U-Haul
Harley
whole
back
thing?
then. No, just a car, just everything. I got arrested the night before.
Nice.
And I spent the night in jail, and I was just thinking, and I was living with this guy that I really liked, but he was like a dick. And I just graduated college like the week before, and I was like sitting in jail, and I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm gonna pack up all my stuff, and I'm gonna move to LA and like follow my dream. Like, what am
Yeah.
I doing here? Because like I would have stayed for him, and I would have sacrificed everything because love, love, love. And yeah, it was like the greatest gift that ever happened. So I drove out here. It
Yeah.
took me 2 days, and I just pulled up to a bar, and I stayed with people I met that night. And then I couch hopped for like 3 months until finally like finding an apartment on Craigslist with a really weird girl that I think
Sometimes
is like a
those
Wiccan.
breaking points are the
was
most
weird.
important though.
Yeah,
They
it
really
was the
are.
catalyst that really
Yeah.
got me out here.
Yeah.
And at some point, we are going to have a radio show on the motivational stuff, because that's been my mantra way before I became a dating coach. Was motivation, motivation, motivation. Picking yourself up. For those of you who have watched all of the shows, you get kind of a glimpse into all of the crap that I've had to overcome in life. And we do want to do a very motivational thing. And it's so interesting, that make or break that moment. What also is interesting is that sometimes being in a relationship can help you develop, and sometimes being in a relationship can completely stifle your development.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like what you're saying, like, oh, I love this person, I'm going to stay, we're going to fight it out for love, for love, for love. Well, and that's I haven't really, you can't say that's right or wrong, because, yeah, you want to fight for love. But I've been in relationships where I was like willing to give up all these different things, and I realized, the relationship ended, and you're like, oh wow, I'm so glad that I didn't do that.
But the whole time you're going through this battle between your head and your heart. You
Yeah.
obviously know that it's not the right relationship, or that it's toxic, or this, that, and the other isn't working, and all your friends have cut you off, or that kind of thing. I'm not really talking about myself right now. Actually, I totally am. But like at a certain point when it ends, like you have to get on with your life and figure out who you are and not lose
Well, it's
yourself
biology
in
versus
another person.
consciousness. That's what it is. Your biology says stay, stay, stay because in a nutshell, we are animals.
Yes.
And it says stay. That's why we love. That's why we care about our kids. All these different things. It's like, yeah, you love your kids. Why do you love your kids? Nobody ever questions that. It's like, why? Well, you love your kids because the second that you have them, your brain creates chemicals that say you absolutely have to love this thing, take care of it, sacrifice yourself for it. This is the future of the human race. And then consciousness is how our minds are evolving and how our interactions are evolving and how our self-development's evolving. It's very interesting and the two are breaking apart.
Yeah, and I'm a total like team player. Like I love to be like when I'm in a relationship. Like I'm a great girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I totally end up like fucking myself over creatively or like, just really for myself. So it's always great to be single and then really work on yourself.
And those prerequisites for being in a relationship should be, does this person make me better or does this person make me worse?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
true.
Are we developing together? I used to use a horse example. It's like two horses, they run together. Like one horse isn't like on the back of the other horse.
Right.
My favorite analogy, so I used to call my ex-boyfriend, it was like, you're my teammate. Because I don't really like the term boyfriend.
I hate that term boyfriend. What even is boyfriend?
I don't really believe in monogamy. Like we're not physically made to be that way. Like men want to procreate, like or spread your seed and again biologically like we're not wired that way. There's like only 2 animals that their brains work that way and we are not one of them. So anyway, so I was like, I don't want to call you my boyfriend. You're but we're something. So I was like teammate, because think about when you play a game of soccer, like you don't ever sabotage your own team. Like you don't ever like kick your own teammate and stuff. And I feel like a lot of relationships that turn toxic, you're always trying to like, well, I want to make him jealous or I want to do this, and it's a lot of negativity.
Yes.
And we didn't have any of that, and I didn't want any of that, and so that was like my perfect term. Like this is my teammate. And just
it's a great way to
go
look at
team.
Go team.
What was the name of the team?
We didn't have a name for the team.
You guys got to name the team. How do you have a team without a name?
The biker
BFFs
babies.
or I don't know. Yeah.
Something like that.
I'll think of it by the end.
Biker besties.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's probably what we're gonna end up naming the show. So
Teammate
make
Zone.
it good.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are definitely gonna have to slap a label on this for episode. What are we on? 67, 68?
Yeah, 67.
I want to be 69.
I know. I was gonna say who's coming out for 69.
I don't know. Maybe we can have you back.
/ anal power drop. 69.
Yeah. Modern Male Radio, episode 69.
We were a few episodes too short on that one.
Yeah, so there's been some interesting developments throughout the course of the show.
But that's what we talk about. We talk about developing, so why wouldn't there be?
Mm-hmm.
It's in direct alignment with that.
I think developments and developing are two different things. A little bit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
My brain needs to go back
so
that way.
we are starting to get there. We got about 15 minutes left.
Yes, we do.
So are there any other like super poignant points that you want to talk about, or are we going right back into the dating thing?
Like poignant, like.
So you're a singer, yeah. You're an actress.
Yeah.
/
Yeah, model. What else?
What do you like the best out of what you've done?
Well, and I'm working on stunts with the motorcycle. Like I can now, I guess in your head, imagine like Superman on it. Like I can.
Oh my gosh, what do your parents think about this?
I don't think that they know that part.
They do now.
We're not very close, so they don't really care. But yeah, and then so I'm working on being able to stand on it without my hands on the.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yeah, so working on like being able to get cast in a bunch of stuff that involves female motorcycle riders, which is actually there's not a lot out there for that.
Are you using
Little
protection?
niche market. Are you using protection, young lady?
I try to wear my leather jacket, but I'm so bad at it. It's so hot in LA.
And the sparkly helmet and the whole thing. Like
yeah, I always wear the helmet. There's the helmet law here.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm really bad. I've gotten hit twice now on it. And one time I was wearing a half shirt and leggings.
Ooh.
So that was not a fun go down. But yeah,
leather jackets in LA. I have the most awesome jacket collection. I swear.
Jared does have quite a collection of jackets.
I love jackets. Jackets
like
are my
style,
thing.
sure.
Thank you. I never get to wear them. Like literally, the summer has been so hot that all I've worn this whole series of shows are tank tops. And it's like I have 3, 4 to 5 times as many shirts and jackets as I have tank tops.
I
It's
think
just been
tonight's
so
the first
odd.
night you've actually had like a shirt
Like
on.
it's
a real shirt.
If you go back to later episodes, like last winter, there were
Right.
some shirts.
Yeah.
But like, there's nothing more that I would love than to sit here and like actually like wear my leather jacket. It's right here and it's fucking awesome. I brought it tonight and I was like, I get to wear this. I wore it last night, but I was sweating my ass
Showing
off
up
in the
trench
club.
coats next episode.
Yeah, or not trench coats.
I don't know.
There's
Why
only
not?
because the last person that
sounds
showed
like
up in a
fun.
trench coat took it off and she was wearing nothing but latex. It was actually really
Yeah,
really
I was gonna
nice.
say
It
that
was
sounds
really
like
nice.
fun. It's kind of like a Cracker Jack box. You're not really sure what you're gonna get at the bottom of the box, but you know, might as well. It could be a Rolex, a fake one. I don't know.
I did own a trench coat. Somebody stole it.
I have one. It comes in handy occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm
just
feeling
for
that.
those moments.
Yep.
Those moments when you need to trench it out.
When you're in the trenches
Yeah, exactly.
on those casting couches in LA.
Yeah.
No, wait. You didn't answer my question though. What do you like the best out of what you've done? Singing, acting. Like, where is your head at? Your heart at?
I'm really into. Actually, I'm really into comedy right now. Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah, I'm really into comedy.
So are we.
Yeah,
yay.
I take classes at UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade.
Very cool.
Yeah, I've done a few improv shows. I kind of like stand up more. But I don't have like a big resume for that, but I just like to make people laugh.
Thing though.
It is really tough.
That takes
It
a
is
lot
really
of
tough.
confidence to get up there and work a room.
Yeah. I did. I was on the Eric Andre show. Do you know that guy?
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Ugh, I love him. So I really would love to do more stuff like that.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
But yeah, I also, acting is such a craft, and it's
Yes.
really, my classes are like really intense, and it has really, again, there's like a lot of self-discovery because you have to discover who you are to then be like a character.
Who
like,
you need to be.
Yeah, so that's been like really exciting.
And I've often said, like, we're talking about confidence being the most attractive thing to a guy or to a girl, the most attractive quality a guy can exhibit. One of those, it's like, how do you get confidence? And you can't be like, oh, well, if you do this and this and this, you'll
I'm
be
gonna
confident.
order it online.
Like, you can't. So when I try
I'm
and
gonna
teach
eBay that.
guys how to be confident, like, there are a couple go-to things that really I developed very confidently in life as a result of. And one of them was kickboxing, actually, like, going into a ring and actually, like, fighting an opponent.
Yeah. Do you play sports? Anything?
Yeah, I play it all. I just, there's like a meetup. Did you guys, if you guys have
Yeah.
So there's like a sports league that I'm in. So yeah, I go play volleyball, go play soccer.
But wait, before we
all
get
that
too
shit.
far out on this
Oh, yeah,
one,
sorry.
the confidence through like acting classes are one of the biggest ways to gain confidence because you're literally going to be put in the most especially if you're not an actor and you don't want to be.
True.
You're in a room full of a bunch of
Wait,
other people and you
Why
have
would you
to
be there if you're not an actor and you don't want to be there?
just to develop the confidence to talk to women.
Yeah.
It's just going to put you in a very, very uncomfortable environment and that'll help you step outside your shell, improv classes, stuff like that.
So you
will help
advise the people that you're dating coach to do that? Or?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's cool.
If,
That's really
especially
cool.
if they're lacking in something and they're like, because I get two kinds of people. I get people that are already with girls and they need them back, or I get people that are they need to learn the tools. They've never gotten a girlfriend. They're like, dude, will you teach me how to do what you do? So with those guys, it's like I'm like, okay, cool. You could sign up for kickboxing classes. You could also do improv classes, comedy classes, or acting classes. I've actually never done a comedy improv class, but I did a few acting classes back in the day. And those really, really took me, even though I wasn't going to be an actor, those took me to a place where my self-confidence went to the roof.
This one's a natural actor, though. He just is.
Yeah,
He bypassed those classes because he's already teaching them.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because when we started this comedy project, A, didn't know I was funny, B, didn't know I
Talk
could
about
act.
discovery.
And it was so out of the box.
Yeah.
When I talk about acting classes, I took those when I was 19, and I'm almost 29 now.
Yes.
So it's like 10 years ago. And then, we start doing this thing, and it's like, holy shit, you can act.
It's really funny. Yeah.
It was very, very interesting. And there's another thing that people deal with, I think, that they don't really realize. It comes with the self-awareness thing where you kind of have to, when you're talking to a girl and you did this wrong, what we were talking about earlier, like starting to understand who you are and how you relate to the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing that comes from that is I totally lost my train of thought.
No, you didn't. You're on it. You're still on it.
Another thing that you could be seeing yourself on camera, and
Yes.
like I didn't realize until I started doing this show, until I started seeing myself on camera often, how much like I used to hate the sound of my own voice. I used to
I
hate
can't relate to people that can't watch their playbacks.
like I used to hate
you
that
like to
stuff.
watch yourself? Do
And
you learn
now
from it or
it's
no?
so completely different. It's like cauterized that part of me. And I'm like, so like, oh, wow, that's cool. Okay, I'll just do this next time. And you become so, you have such a healthy relationship with you.
Yeah.
That it's like, it's almost like there's you and then there's another you that's kind of like observing that you. Like, oh, hey, I want to make you do this.
Because how do you expect anyone else to understand you if you don't understand
Yes.
What's that?
Like, how do you expect anyone else to understand you if you don't understand you?
Exactly.
You know, I feel like so many people jump into relationships and they're like, I don't even know who I am, but love me.
Yes.
You know, like, what?
Yeah, and it's
Because I
this
want love. Because
weird
everybody
process
wants love.
of
Yeah.
self-discovery through this other human being.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
addicted to the things that person notices that they didn't notice, and then
Right.
they
Yes.
start, kind of becoming emotionally attached to that.
Yeah.
If you're not here, I can't love me.
Yeah. Yes. Ugh,
Who's gonna love
worst.
me? Yeah, these are all like super interesting. Such a good show.
It's a great show.
Good. One of the most interesting things to me that I learned when I watched myself on camera and through my acting coach was he's like, you have trouble maintaining eye contact with people.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're just like, okay, cool, I'll just stare at people more. Like, no big deal. But it's like, well, what's the issue behind that? You know? And so I meditated on it.
Are you even conscious of it that you're not?
I never knew that. No.
Okay.
And so now I make a really conscious effort to do it. But I found out that I have it tied into some intimacy issues. And obviously, eyes are the window to the soul. And he's like, you have a really hard time connecting with people that way. And that's really important for camera work and stuff,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right.
So I really had to start looking into myself about these intimacy issues and
Yeah.
then being able to maintain eye contact
Think
with
about
people.
soap operas. Back in the day, you just see the eyes shifting
Yeah.
back and forth. I'm like, how does that even work? I couldn't even stare at somebody like that in real life, just having a conversation. It just seems so surreal to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, eye contact's very important.
But David,
And
I
I'm
love
very
you.
aware when I'm not giving someone eye contact because my face doesn't lie. So when I'm not looking at you, basically I don't want you to know what I'm thinking.
I disagree.
at you, you're gonna
Sometimes
know.
you have liar face.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Okay.
It's actually, for me personally, it's a lot harder for me to know what you're thinking.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun,
And I'm around
I'm
you
like,
all the
I
time.
don't know what's going on. Well,
So-
no, that's really good to know. This is good feedback. This is healthy feedback.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I can tell when something's up because you shift, but I can't tell. There's
Wait,
no.
my eyes shift or my?
You start doing this, and you'll be there, and you
Oh,
kind
no.
of look around and stuff, but you'll be like,
It looks like I'm checking to see my. I don't know. I'm getting a text
you just be
right
like,
now.
and you get awkward, but it's I'm not sure if it's
Maybe I need
awkward
to put some
because
lotion on my knees right now. I don't know what's
of
going on with
something.
that.
I can't tell if you were reacting to something and something completely unrelated, two different things,
Right.
you would have the same expression. So I just know something's up, but I don't know what it is.
All these little isms of
Interesting.
people getting to really know the other person.
Yeah.
And you have to feel somebody out, and then you can kind of work with it or manipulate the person.
Well, the trouble with getting to know yourself and getting to know another person is that we're all, if you're doing it right, you should be in a state of continual growth.
Yes, or continual
So-
change, which is also growth if you're on the
You
positive.
get to know you, and
end
then
of
you
the
kind of get
spectrum.
comfortable with the idea of letting go of you, and it's almost like if you love it, you leave it, let it go, and if it comes back, and that's
Right.
how relationships grow. It's the same way that your relationship with yourself grows. If you love it, you let it grow, and don't be afraid of, because especially as a guy, I don't know if this is directly true with women, but there are so many social constructs that I grew up with that I felt my masculinity hinged on. If I don't do this or exhibit this quality, then she won't find me more masculine or manly or whatever. And I think a lot of guys struggle with that. And
Sure.
it's the ability to let that go and be comfortable and confident and honest with who you are and how you are.
What is commonly referred to as the guard up.
It's less of a guard. It's just more of I developed this way, so therefore I associate these traits and qualities with.
I'm like, this is way too sophisticated. Guard up, gloves on or gloves off.
But yeah, no,
of
I'm
fight
sorry.
is
I
this?
realize I'm being rather vague, but
He gets it from me. He accuses me of being vague all the time.
But that is
rubs off.
kind of how I think a relationship with yourself grows. Is you get to a place where you can fully analyze and let go of. Negative traits or qualities in an attempt to grow forward and be like, well, I
Yes.
don't need to keep hanging on to these things that are dragging me down as a man or as a human being. I can ascend that and kind of find my truth and my honesty. Sorry, I totally just went guru on you guys.
That's all right.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
the
wrong
voice
with
starts
fascinating.
Nothing wrong with
deepening.
ascending.
But yeah, that's a lot of stuff Brian Reeves, a good friend of mine. He teaches some really cool classes like that. And same thing with what was his name? We had him on the show.
Kyle.
Kyle
Kyle
Cease.
Cease.
Kyle Cease. Same stuff.
Oh, hey, Kyle
find
Cease.
your
Hey,
truth.
Tiffany Smith.
Find the truth of your heart and stuff. And that stuff's great. But at the same time, it's you got the pickup guys over there teaching guys how to pick up chicks and fuck them. And then you got the gurus that are super, super just heart, feel it, truth, all that stuff. And that's awesome. When we had Kyle on the show, I remember talking about the fact that, when we had Brian on the show, I commented on his sweater, and he's like, yeah, so it's got to be kind of funny for a guy like that to have been, like, find your truth. The outside doesn't matter.
And he was wearing a poncho or something?
He was wearing like a North Face, like, fluffy fleece jacket.
Oh,
it was
the
like
juxtaposition of style versus
bright yellow. And
style advice.
my philosophy has
Something.
always been just use everything and anything that you can find that works well and use it to the best of your abilities. So it's like, do that and look good on the outside. And, there are little things that you can take from every different dynamic in dating or in the dating coaching world.
Yeah.
And just use them all. If they work, awesome. If they don't, discard them. And if they're morally objective, like, yeah, you might want to sit there and think about what you're doing and if that's the proper way to go about it.
That's right.
I know how to use techniques to get women that I would never use because I just feel like it's fucking wrong. So anyways, total monologue
Good
here.
morals this one. Good monologue this
Right.
one. Let's get to social media because we have to wrap this up.
Yes.
So where can we find you?
All my social media across the board, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. It's my YouTube is all Hey It's Code E. So CODEE.
Okay.
Like Code Red, but Code
Double E.
Yep.
Hey, it's Cody.
She
Hey,
keeps
it's
it
Cody.
congruent, which is great.
Yep.
And that's how I even recognized that we were already like Instagram buddies.
Yeah.
Because I remember Hey It's Cody.
And
It's very memorable.
Cheetos is Hey It's Cheeto.
Oh,
his
he's
Instagram.
got an Instagram.
She does.
She-
I forgot she was here.
Yeah, I know. She's
so good.
She's really
Jinx.
good.
She passed out.
She's checking her text messages. Down here.
Oh, okay.
She's trying to lie.
Well, cool. And Sarah, as always, you can find it.
No.
Do you wanna? No.
I don't know. I mean,
She doesn't like stalkers.
I get them. Sarah Beth Harris. You can just continue to stalk me and put me there
Continue
on
to stalk
Instagram.
me.
That
How
happens.
exciting. And as always, you can find us at modernmail.com, at methodology of the modern male, or no, you can find us at modernmailinc.com and methodology of the modern male. We have so many different things up on social media and blah, 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 a YouTube
You
channel.
can just Google Jerod
Just-
Zavistoski because that name's only going to come around once in a lifetime.
Or just Google Modern Male Radio.
Yes.
That's super easy.
Yes.
Anything that you see on the screen here, you can Google, you'll find us. Super easy. My Instagram is modern.male. My Twitter is male methodology. I need to get congruent branding. This is an issue.
It's a little
Yeah.
sloppy.
Yeah.
It's a little
For
bit
sure.
sloppy.
Well, it's like Modern Male was taken and these fucktards like bought it. They're not even using it.
How do you
they
really
just
feel, Jerod?
bought it and they're like, oh, we'll give it back to you for like $25,000. And I'm like,
rude.
oh, fuck you. But I bought modernmail.co. But then people were having trouble and they were like just typing in the com anyway.
Right.
So then it was actually diverting traffic to the fucking guys that own the website that I wanted.
Let's get them.
And what that's doing is making their value go up. So they're actually,
Yes.
it's like sucking from my, nah.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about you guys. I hope you sleep well at night. Fucking assholes. And if you're watching this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube. LA Talk Radio has a ton of other great shows. You can come on here anytime and watch. I mean, there's so many different awesome radio podcasts here on LA Talk Radio.
You can also call in. I mean, the phones work.
Yes, you can call
At some
in.
point in time.
And sometimes sometimes calling on and off. Sometimes I take them, sometimes I don't.
Yeah,
So
sometimes.
call at your own risk. Cool. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Modern Male Radio.
Woo.
Bye.